Hello, this is Mark. Once more, I did a lot of research yesterday about uh, some things I had heard on message boards, and it turns out that most of this stuff, actually, everything I'm going to review today, is actually happening. Although the media pretends it isn't, these things are real, and I have witnessed a couple of them at least. Uh, I'm going to refer to a list here. Uh, There are huge cracks that are just opening up in the ground all over the world, and nobody can explain why. They could be hundreds of feet long, and they don't even know what the depth is on them. Something's going on with the Earth that the, the crust is just breaking open, and it's for every country, every hemisphere, all of them. In the middle of major countries, minor countries. I mean, Spain and there's a town in the United States, and why can't anybody? Why isn't this on the news? There's gaping holes in the ground. Now, alien disclosure. What are they, stupid? Don't they know that we already know? We've always known, and that we don't think it was a weather balloon that crashed. Oh my God, how stupid they thought that we were. We gotta change that opinion of us somehow. We gotta vote for someone who doesn't have that opinion for us. Now, a near and dear subject to my heart is chemtrails. Since 2003, I had been monitoring the amount of chemtrails that were in the air. They seem to have tapered off a lot up here in Pennsylvania. But when I was living in Boca Raton, Florida, there were endless amounts of lines crisscrossing, doing grid patterns, and one very disconcerting one on one particular day was a perfect question mark. I can't understand that one. I don't even know where to begin. But now, finally, not the United States now, every other country is telling us they've been spraying stuff all over us to control the weather. Okay, fine, why didn't you tell us? Shouldn't there be a vote before you get poisoned? We gotta fix things here. We've got to change. We've got to change the people in the government. There's nothing wrong with the concept. It's the people that we allow in to run it. A little bit of my political view at this point, but let's see. Get back to the list. Oh, this should be plastered all over the news. Everywhere. Every paper. It should be front page knowledge. They have detected intelligent radio signals from outer space coming from an area where there's 3 or 4 planets. I don't remember their names. Look it up if you can find it. Try Google News. You might find it there. Or look on ATS, and you'll probably find it better there. But they give you the names of the planets. But why isn't this on the news? We built all of these satellite arrays so we can detect signals from an alien civilization. We've sent probes out to in the middle of space with information about us. If we don't believe there is another species, then why would we have sent out a probe with a record on it showing the aliens all about us? Why would you do that? Actually, I never really thought about that until just about now, but that was 20 years ago, 25 years ago. They sent out a thing, it had a record on it, and it told them all about the humans. But all the time, there's no such thing as UFOs. There's no such thing as extraterrestrial. Blah, 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 blah. You start looking at the stuff on the side. the peripheral crap, and you start realizing that the center is reality. All right. Japan's nuclear power plant. This one scares me. It doesn't just scare me because it's the end of our nuclear power systems. It scares me because they're dumping hundreds of thousands of gallons of radioactive water into the ocean every day. You know where that goes, right? Right into the fish. And soon they won't be able to breed. And with the way Japan and China fish those areas, they'll be completely extinct species within very little time. I strongly believe it. On top of that, whoever eats that fish ingests the radiation as well, so they become contaminated. There's probably about a third of Japan that will never be able to be occupied by a human being for the rest of our existence, at least. 100,000 years, I'm not sure, before it cools down long enough for people to be able to go there. This stuff is already affecting people hundreds of miles away in Japan. It's going to drift over to the States. There have been cases already of people getting sick, babies getting sick. This is serious, and this should be all over the TV. I mean, it's going to affect the United States. I just don't understand. I mean, I don't really give a damn about what Obama has to comment on when the freaking world is turned upside down by a major nuclear disaster. They're talking 800 times the amount of radiation than Chernobyl had let out. 800 times. That's too much. That's way too much. Things are looking pretty grim. They're looking pretty bizarre. I don't know where we're headed, but something's already happening. I checked the other night. I have a list of the earthquakes that took place here. Let's see. There were 162 earthquakes in Alaska between June 20th, in the month of June, excuse me. In the United States alone, there have been 797 earthquakes. Why isn't that on the news? These are all magnitude 3 or higher. I don't know what the count is for magnitude 3 or lower, but I don't even want to know, actually. Volcanoes. Does this sound like Armageddon to you? That's scary. Okay, let me give you the list of erupting volcanoes. June 15th through June 21st of 2011. Alaska, Mount Augustine is going off. Italy, Nabru is going off. And Thea, can't pronounce what mountain it is, but it's going off. There's a volcano in central Chile going off, as well as a volcano in Costa Rica. Yeah, there is an ongoing eruption, still, meaning it has been going on for some time, in Russia, Indonesia, and Hawaii. And where's the information? I don't know how to get them to wake up. I don't know how. I mean, it's an election year, so everything's got to be fine. And when it's an election year, everything's got to be fine and dandy. So I'm telling you, between now and when the next election comes up, it's going to be everything's perfect. The media is covering up this knowledge. We all know what it is. That's why we're on this website. We have got to change it. We have got to petition and petition until they get so annoyed that they either freaking step down or they give us real disclosure. I mean, that's the biggest possible thing they could do to regain our trust, is to start telling the truth about stuff that we already know about. They're denying everything that the rest of the country, the rest of the world is admitting to. The United States says it's not happening here. I don't like that. Which means everybody who's in office needs to get voted out. Because obviously they're the bad seeds. Good luck, people. If there's any more major news, hopefully not in that amount that I just read off to you, maybe something minor. I hope you get through your day, and however much longer we have. Goodbye.